Dr. Quinn, I think this might be the most important one and the most timely one that we've done here recently, and that's talking about how to handle the flu season. February's a big month for it, according to the info you sent me to preview this. So talk about why is February such a big month for flu season, and how do we handle it?
Well, basically, what we have to look out for is the fact that the flu is here. And in Mississippi, we're having a current epidemic. A lot of schools are closing. A lot of people are coming in. They're testing positive for the flu. They're passing it on to others. People are getting very sick. I actually took a flu test and it was negative. I was surprised. I took it a couple of days in a row. It was negative. I thought I had the flu. I thought I had to go home. A lot of people are getting sick, and we just need to really be aware that the flu can be very dangerous.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And let's say, what's the best way to avoid getting it?
Well, stay away from people that are sick. If you're sick, don't go to work. Go visit your medical provider and get tested, because the good news is if you get tested early and you get on the antiviral medication, such as the Tamiflu, it's so much more effective, and you can avoid a lot of sickness and also avoid a higher potential of passing it on to someone else.
Is there a sect of our community that is more likely to get it?
Most definitely. People that are older, people that have immunocompromised immune systems with chronic medical conditions, because their immune system is not as strong to fight it off. These people, such as nursing home residents, they don't need to have a lot of people come visit them that might not be super well, because there's a higher probability that they can contract the flu because they can't fight it off as well.
Yeah, and what about kids in the flu? How do they handle it? Obviously, they tend to have good immune systems, but at the same time, kids are very friendly with each other, and they can pass the flu to their parents or grandparents.
Right. To my knowledge, some of the schools have been closing down last week for a number of days just to keep the kids at home. And if a child is not feeling well, parents, please don't send that child to school. Let that child stay home so that they can, if they do have the flu, take them to get evaluated by their medical doctor and get treated so they won't pass it on to others. So like you said, they won't take it home to mama, grandma, auntie, and people with immunocompromised systems that could get very sick and even lose their life.
What are some of the most common symptoms?
Well, the thing about the flu is it can be very tricky. You can have fever, chills, sore throat, cough, congestion, body aches, fatigue, even stomach issues like diarrhea, runny stools. You can't just depend on one symptom. If you have any of those symptoms or all of them, go get checked out, because as I said, the earlier the diagnosis, the earlier the treatment, the more effective the treatment can be.
And how contagious is it?
It's very contagious this year. This might be a new variant of the flu. Nobody's announced it yet, but I'm just waiting to hear that there's a new variant of the flu that's more contagious than last year.
Does that affect the way that some of the vaccines for the flu kind of work if it's a new variant?
Most definitely, because some years the vaccines work better than other years. It's still not too late to get your flu shot if you have not already done so. But normally, the flu vaccine reflects the most common variants of the previous year. But if there's a new variant this year, the vaccines are not going to be as effective, and that might be the case. So if you haven't got vaccinated, go ahead and get vaccinated. It'll provide you with some protection.